Hey, oh, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Welcome, 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 welcome to yet another episode. We are in episode 31 and our fourth year of Mind and Money Matters live show. Myself, Sister Shireen Muhammad, Brother Jahi, Mr. Communicator Muhammad, and Sister Sandy Buford Muhammad are here to interview business owners who will share with us their best practices, their worst and best practices, so that we can avoid the pitfalls and benefit from the wisdom of their success. We are here to just make a marginal difference in our lack of knowledge of the science of business. And inshallah, with the a culmination of all the responses that we get from our guests, that we can become super, super knowledgeable and therefore scientists in the area of business. We we actually come from representing, of course, ourselves, master the science of business entities, and also the Ministry of Trade and Commerce. And we bring to you each and every month a theme featuring one of the 9 ministries. And this month is a Ministry of Science and Technology. And science and technology is, I don't know, I can't even say which one is our most exciting one, because then last month I was excited and the month before that I was excited. I think when we get into the month we are excited, right? So
Yes.
so anyways, um we just want to just bring to you the joy that we feel with science and technology. But I think we get excited about science and technology because of the those who we get on the show, our young people who are actually scientists or working on becoming scientists. So it makes it just so exciting. But without further ado, we're going to bring up our one of our co-hosts, Brother Jahi, Mr. Communicator Muhammad. He is the founder and CEO of Falah Worldwide Seminars and Training and Proper Propaganda Promotions. Brother Jahi, Mr. Communicator Muhammad, give us.
Salaam Alaikum, Sister Shireen Muhammad, Sister Sandy, and all the business scientists. Welcome back to another episode of the definitive podcast for Black business, bodaciousness, and excellence. Had to add another word to that, especially after speaking with our guests that will be on tonight. I mean, absolutely. Y'all got to join us on a Sunday evening during our pre-show. That's the show right there. The information that we get from our guests is absolutely phenomenal. But we want to thank all of you. Please listen, like, share. Go ahead and share this right now, especially if you have young people in your life that are interested in building a new world. We have some people on here tonight that are doing that, are doing just that. So we want you to be able to share it. If you're on the YouTube platform, go to our YouTube channel, which is Mind and Money Show, Mind and Money Matters live show on YouTube. You can go to Sister Shireen's page, Sister Sandy Buford Muhammad's page, or Jahi Mr. Communicator Muhammad's page, and see it as well as our on Facebook, and also on our Facebook page, which is at Mind Money Show. So please help us get the word out so that others will know about these dynamic people that we have in our midst. You know, I think in our supreme wisdom that was given to us by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad after he recited to his teacher, Master Fard Muhammad, the question was asked about how hot is the sun. Anybody remember? I know it was a long time ago you recited, but you remember how hot the sun is? I think it's 14,000 degrees. You feel
Mm.
It feels like it's about 7,800 degrees out here right now. So,
That might be about closer to right, brother.
oh
We
my
might
goodness.
get them actual facts before we leave the show today.
Here, yeah, I think it's 14,000 degrees. But I say that it's hot. It's hot in the South, y'all. And from what I understand, it's hot. There's a heat wave all over the country. But real quick, get your pen and pad out, your paper, pen and pad. Write down the notes from the speakers, from the presenters tonight, but also write down to get your latest issue of the Final Call newspaper. There's several ways for you to get it, to get a copy in your respective cities, wherever you're watching this from. Your local mosque has Final Call newspapers. There's a brother or sister that work with you or go to school with you, or that's a member of your fraternity or sorority that is with the Nation of Islam under the divine guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and they have your latest issue of the Final Call newspaper. If you're part of the electronic age, then you can go to finalcalldigital.com and subscribe. Finalcalldigital.com and subscribe to your latest issue. And this one you want to, we've had a plethora of terror acts, open terror. They've been terrorizing us for a long time. However, there are more blatant terror acts that have happened within the last week here in America. So this issue of the Final Call, White Terror in America, and it has some perspectives that you will not see in the usual mainstream news that you read. I know because I read 5 to 6 newspapers a day: New York Times, Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Atlanta Journal, Constitution, all of those, and they do not have the same perspective that you will get out of the award-winning Final Call newspaper. Number 2, economicblueprint.org. One of the ways for us to combat this terror is to separate. And we can separate by buying our own land, buying land of our own. Mississippi is flooding, my home state, and it's for sale. Allah is preparing it for us. Your 5 cents a day, my 5 cents a day, Sister Shireen's 5 cents a day, Sister Sandy's 5 cents a day, and everyone that's listening, you will go right now to economicblueprint.org, economicblueprint.org, and make your 35 cents a week contribution, your $1.40 a month contribution, or your $18.20 a year contribution. 16 million of us do that. We will have $291,200,000 per year in the coffers for us to buy land, and the other resources that we need in order to cultivate and to work that land. Only 5 cents a day for your and my liberation. Economicblueprint.org. Saturday, September the 28th, we're shutting down downtown Lithonia. Saturday, September the 28th, we're shutting down downtown Lithonia from 1 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. For all of you who are creatives, you're artists of every type, you're looking for somewhere to showcase your artistry, to sell your artistry, you can meet us at the first annual Black Dot Cultural Arts Festival in downtown Lithonia, Georgia. That's on the east side, past Stone Mountain. Downtown Lithonia, Georgia, the first annual Black Dot Cultural Arts Festival. So if you're interested and you're a creative type, he's looking for children's book authors and other creative types. You make jewelry, you make handbags. If you're a creative type, those are the types of vendors that he's looking for. What you do, write this number down. You text 404 519 8107. 404 519 8107. I'll mention it again before the end of the show. Text your name and your contact number and put in there also, you heard it on Mind Money Show. Mind Money Show. That carries a lot of weight. You'll get some additional perks. Let them know you heard it on Mind Money Show. But text your information to that number, and one of the representatives of the festival will call you back. But it's the first annual Black Dot Cultural Arts Festival, Saturday, September the 28th in downtown Lithonia. We're shutting down the entire downtown to put this event, this extravaganza on. And Also, mark your calendars. Keep your calendars out. Mark your calendars for May the 8th through the 10th, 2020. May 8th through the 10th, 2020. And you'll get more information about it in a few moments. But, sisters, you want to set your monies aside for this dynamic retreat that's called the Inner Chambers Retreat. The Inner Chambers Retreat. You'll get a little bit more information about it. But mark your calendars. And, brothers, that woman or those women in your life, your wife, your sisters, your mother, your aunties, your whoever, those women in your life, you can help them make this dynamic retreat. I've had the opportunity to see some of the awesome, and I'm kind of jealous too, because they're going to be doing some things, and we don't generally do this as men, but you can help facilitate this for the women in your life. Inner Chambers Retreat. May the 8th through the 10th. And as I said, in a few moments, you'll get a little bit more information. And we're starting uh, a book propaganda campaign, here on Mind and Money Matters live show. So the first book that we're going to highlight for the month of August that you must put into your library is this one by a very familiar face. It's called Developing a Business Mindset. Developing a Business Mindset. It's a very easy read for those of you who are thinking about entrepreneurship, or you're already an entrepreneur, but getting that mindset in order to go into it. It's written by our very own Shireen Muhammad. This book you can get this month, the month of August. This is the book that we're featuring. You can get this by sending a $10 Cash App donation to Master Business, $Master Business. In the notes section, put in your name, your address, your name and your address, and your contact number, so we can let you know when we send it to you, so you can be expecting it. But this is the book of the month from Mind and Money Matters live show, Developing a Business Mindset by our very own Shireen Muhammad. It's a must-have. Only $10. Only $10 for this dynamic information to help get you in the proper mindset of running your business. And that's it for me. So I'm honored to bring before you our ergokinesiologist of the organization, who is also the proprietor of Soul Wisdom International and the executive producer of the Inner Chambers Retreat, Sister Sandy Buford Muhammad.
Salaam Alaikum, Brother Jahi. Okay, before I go to me, Brother Jahi, I know you have been doing some phenomenal things in the community, and you've been doing a live broadcast with your work. So before we leave the show, I'd like for you to share with us, when can we tune in to see some of your live broadcasts that you've been doing for a lot of your training that you've been doing. So we want to make sure that our listening audience can follow you when you're doing those trainings out in the community, because it's phenomenal information. So make sure you share with us when we can tune in to the next live broadcast, where we can dial, and you can leave the information and the time and all of that good stuff too.
Absolutely, will do.
Awesome, awesome. All right, y'all. Yes, I am your sister Soul. Oh, wait. I was about to say I'm your sister Soul Wisdom International. Oh my God. I'm telling you, I am your sister Sandy Buford Muhammad of Soul Wisdom International. Yes, yes, yes. Brother Jahi was just sharing with you the Inner Chambers Women's Retreat, which is coming up for next year, May 2020. It is a 3-day retreat starting May the 8th. We started out the invitations, which was private invitation only. As of Wednesday of last week, we've uploaded the event up to the webpage, Soul Wisdom INTL. We're still working out the logistics of that, making sure everything is readable, as much information as we can get in. There's a lot of information to present to you when we're doing a retreat. We want you to be informed as much as possible. So you can go to soulwisdomintl.com and you can click on the event page and go down to the, I believe it's the schedule. Go on there and you'll get the schedule, and you can also click to go ahead and register. It's a beautiful way that we're doing this now, and that is so that everyone can register for the event. It's broken down in payment plans. If you are not able to make the lump sum payment, it's broken down to where it is affordable for everyone. We wanted to plan it out in such a fashion to where no one can be left out because of finances. So my number is on there. If you need to call me, reach out to me at 770-906-6193. Text me, I'm in. I will send you the invitation. We can talk about, anything that we need to talk about. So, just go ahead and log in. So if you would click up at the very top of the page for events, and then it's going to give you a drop down menu, right, when you do that. And then if you click on the second one, I believe let me see. Let me look real quick. Oh, description of workshops. You'll get an opportunity to see all of the presenters. Wonderful. Yes, that is the package details that's on there listed. You'll get a beautiful sample of what the rooms look like. You can also have a single occupancy. You can do double occupancy. If there's someone you're traveling with that you like to have a roommate with, the single rooms are limited, so it's first come, first served, and then the other rooms will be assigned where you will have a roommate. If there's someone you'd like to roommate with, phenomenal. You can go ahead and make that room selection with me after you have registered for the room. And then also when you click on one of the other links, so that gives you the package detail. Thank you so much, Sister Shireen. And then when you click on the other link, it will take you to a page to the tentative schedule. You'll get a chance to see all of the events that we have planned out for you. It's a packed full day. Yes, yes, yes. So these are the presenters. These are the subject topics that we'll be talking on inside of the workshop. However, that is not all that we'll be doing. We will also have, go on and click as Sister Shireen is guiding you through. We will also have a packed full weekend, and you can click on the link that will give you the tentative schedule as well. As you can see, the topics that we'll be talking about, it's very vast. It's packed in. Like I say, come prepared to learn, come prepared to be transformed, come prepared to leave knowing who you are, what your purpose is, and full of inspiration to go and do and be what it is that you have been placed here to be and do. So thank you so much, Sister Shireen. Please go to the website. It's a few other things that we are working out the kinks of. However, you can definitely get in right now. The space is limited, as I said. We had a lot of registrations when we did the private invitation. We do have some seats still left. So please, please go ahead and get in. If you by chance missed this particular event, it is okay. We will have more events like this coming up. So thank you all so much for the support that I've received from my business partners. Thank you all so much for supporting me and being a part of this journey. This is the first annual retreat, women's retreat for the inner chambers, and it is to be something that you've never experienced before. So go on and check it out. Check out the tentative schedule. So that is all that I'd like to share in my little tad bit. I want to bring on a phenomenal sister, one of the business partners of Master the Science of Business and the producer of Mind Money Matters radio show. Our beloved sister is multi-talented. First and foremost, she is one of the most loving sisters that I have met in the Nation of Islam. We met when my baby girl was just knee high, maybe 2 or 3 years old, and she's 15 now. I actually started working with her as her secretary inside of the Nation of Islam. We never knew many years later that we would be working together in this business relationship, with building businesses, with bringing information about businesses and what are the good things to do in a business and what are the pitfalls to do in a business. We never knew that we would be working together, but I tell you something, it is very important to build relationships. Had we not had such a respect for one another during that time, there is no way that she and I could be working together this many years later. So please value your relationships. Always leave the best impression. You never know what the future will bring. She is an author. She is a counselor. She has 5 degrees, I believe, in varying areas. So her talents are vast. Her talents are wide. One of her additional talents, you see the advertisement that's sitting behind her. She does all of our advertisement for our shows, in addition to holding down a 60-hour job a week. So sometimes we may not get it right, but I guarantee you, trust and believe, it is not because she did not want it perfect the first time around. Trust me, something have happened to make it, because my beloved sister, she loves doing things perfect, exact, and right. So if we don't always get it right the first time, no worries. We will make sure that we come back and we correct that for you. So I would love to bring on our beloved sister. You heard her at the beginning, Sister Shireen Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar, praise be to Allah, Sister Sandy. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to this retreat in May. Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lineup. Thank you so much, Brother Jahi, for mentioning the business mindset, developing the business mindset. Thank you so much for mentioning that. And one of the things I will share with you today before we move right into the program is that business owner must be momentously motivated. You must be momentously motivated. That means importantly, gravely, significantly. Like, there can be nothing and no one that gets in the way of you accomplishing your goals when it comes to business. And there will be a whole lot that comes your way. I'm the sidepreneur of the crew. I'm the one with this job on the side and working a business and learning from the experiences of my business partners, Brother Jahi, Mr. Communicator Muhammad, and Sister Sandy Buford Muhammad, and all those who have graced our program with their expertise and business. And we are very excited about who we have coming on the show today. Brother Jahi, where did you want to start? I don't know. He may have sent that. I missed it. Now, this is the beginning of the school year. We have Brother Rasul on the line.
Yes, let's bring up Brother Rasul.
Okay,
Brother Rasul Muhammad is a staple with Master of Science of Business, Mind and Money Matters live show. He and his wife have been on our platform before. We have Brother Rasul on. He's a very busy man these days, running a business as well as taking on a dynamic leadership position within the Nation of Islam. And he's gonna, in addition to one responsibility, he took on another one, and that is as the the student coordinator for the Ministry of Science and Technology in Atlanta. So we are honored to have him on for the brief period that he has with us. He jumping off of this meeting and running to another meeting, but we would be remiss if we did not give our brother a few words. He's going to be back with us next week for a little bit longer duration to talk about some things that he has in the works that are coming up. But please welcome to Mind and Money Matters live show, Brother Rasul Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Well, alaikum salam, sir. How you doing, family?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. I know we had some cross wires this week, but I appreciate you on behalf of Mind and Money Matters live show. We appreciate you coming on and being a part of the family this week. What you got
Thank you
going
for
on, Brother
having me.
Russell?
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Well,
yes, sir.
I definitely want to start with just sharing that, yes, I have taken on the role of the liaison for Ministry of Science and Technology in Atlanta. So I'll be coordinating several different things, but one thing in particular that we're going to start with is an event dealing with fiber optics, as well as flight simulators and drone flying. We're going to do a full workshop on August the 23rd from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And this is, of course, a community event done by the ministries. So we are inviting the full community to come out and participate. And this program is going to be one where if you are over the age of 18, you actually have a chance to start to actually get some training that will lead to a career prior to you even finishing the full course, just off the crash course of fiber optics. But we want to also include, of course, the youth as well, 15 and under, who would actually be able to learn how to fly drones and also do a little flight simulations as well throughout the time and the duration of the event that will take place. So
that is awesome, brother Rasul. That is so awesome. Let me ask you the event that you all have planning with the fiber optic and the youth. Could you share a little bit about why that is important at this moment in time, the fiber optic and the drones, and what's the significance and why is it that you all focus on this area first?
Well, we're focused on this area first because there's a lot of opportunities there as far as with it being a high demand field. As you know, with Global Apprenticeship and Project Outsource Connects, our focus has always been workforce development and ensuring that we can provide positions for our people, not only just to work at a job, but to create a career for themselves and in turn, eventually create their own business. So they're now business owners, but everyone has to start somewhere. In a field like fiber optics is communications. So you're talking about IT, information technology, and it gives the opportunity for those who may not have thought that they had the chance to work in a field to get the experience and start in that field. Something that you can start without even having a degree. You can literally go in with a high school diploma or GED and learn everything in this field. And with no experience off of a crash course, you really can come in making about 13 to 15 an hour. And if you decide to go back and actually get the fiber optics installer certification, which is a 4-week course, you actually could be making anywhere from $18 to $32 an hour.
So, Brother Rasul, so you're saying that you just a high school education and you can go straight into this field?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So I didn't know how much time. I think Brother John, he said you're running today. I didn't know how much time you had and how many questions we have. We can ask
I have some time right now. So
okay. And I'm gonna let Brother Jahi slide right back in, and I just wanted to follow up with this next question because this is really exciting. I am very familiar with Project POC and with Global Connects and the phenomenal work that you all are doing. I have the privilege of working with you all on some of your projects, expansive projects, and everything that you all have been doing has truly been really inspiring the young adults, the youth, the adult to really become self-sufficient and believe in themselves. So why have you focused on this particular age group?
Well, for the age group of 18 and up, we focus on that because those are the ones who are in immediate need for work. However, those who are under that age, 17, 16, 15, 14, we're trying to get a grasp on them before they've gotten too far gone with I just want to do sports. I don't know anything else to do. So let's go ahead and cultivate those minds at an early age So now they're looking forward to it. We've done the same thing with the electrical apprenticeships, trying to cultivate their minds way beforehand. So now they have something to look forward to, as opposed to going in saying from the start, oh, I don't know what I want to do. And then they go all through high school, all through middle school, all through elementary school, and then finally graduate, and they still don't know or have an idea of what they want to do. So they go to what they know. They go to what they see on social media. They go to rap. They go to singing. I want to be a performer. I want to be an artist. Those are all great things, but there's so much more. We're so creative. Why don't we try to cultivate our creation? And then even with that, which I can talk about later as well, we even have the solar piece that we're opening up, and the agriculture piece that we're expanding with our partners. So there are different options that are available for those that are specifically 16 to 24 and up, and also those who are of underage.
Thank you so much for that. Very, very proud of the work that you all are doing.
Fantastic. So Brother Rasul will be serving as our special guest co-host this month on Mind and Money Matters live show. So if you have a few moments, you can help facilitate the discussions we are about to have, Brother Rasul. We'd love to have you to stick around as long as you can. I know you have another meeting you have to get to, but we definitely want you to ask questions. And the next brother, I know we're all in class together. You have them on, Sister Shireen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, praise is due to Allah. I am super excited about our first guest for this evening. I've known my brother Jefferson Muhammad for a long time now, and it goes to show you, no matter how much you know a person or see a person around, there's so much we don't know. This brother is an inventor.
Which one is? I don't see the name Jeffrey Muhammad, so I'm not sure which one is Jeffrey.
Let's see. They are S Enterprises. Brother Jeffrey and his wife, Sister Clara, are a powerhouse couple. He is a barber of 30 years, husband, father, and she is in the beauty business as well. And that powerful combination, they've come together, and this brother has invented over 18 products in the beauty industry.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Over 18 products. And so they are the owners of S Enterprises Group Incorporated, and they're here with us tonight. I have been wanting him on the show for a while. I remember seeing him debut his brush that he's going to talk about, or they're going to talk about this evening. He debuted his brush a couple of years ago at the family conference here in Atlanta, and then subsequently kept hearing about it. And hearing the technology behind that, the things that it does, is absolutely phenomenal. And this couple, get ready, put on your laughing caps. Is there such thing as a laughing cap? But get ready to learn and be entertained. Please welcome to Mind and Money Matters live show.
It's not letting me promote them.
It's not letting you promote them? Oh, okay. So that their unit is buffering. Their unit is buffering.
Which means they may not be they need to get it closer to the Wi-Fi or.
Wow, yes,
the signal is weak. So
okay, all right. Well, as we work on that, and they can hear us. So it's, with technology, brothers and sisters, look, we're in the month of the Ministry of Science and Technology. Technology has some impediments. Technology is not perfect by any means, but please bear with us as we work through this. We're gonna get them on. They're gonna be on. But in the meantime, and in between time, y'all don't remember that. See, I grew up in the motherland. That's the kind of segue that the DJ would make. We have a dynamic young brother with us. His pre-show meeting was absolutely phenomenal, as all our pre-shows are. We're going to have to find a way to capitalize and monetize off the pre-show of the pre-shows. But we have Brother Elijah with us, Brother Elijah Muhammad, no doubt. So you know, with a name like that, you got to be great. Brother Elijah recently graduated from Tuskegee University with a degree in architecture and a minor in construction science. You're talking about building a world. And he's currently working in Chicago for a major architect firm. Look, this brother is so bad. I got to brag about him before I bring him up. This brother is so bad. He was interning with the federal government, one of the departments in the federal government, the National Park Service. And they were all lined up to bring him in, bring him on board. But you know, your government had this little stumble late last year, early this year, where the money wasn't coming in quite right. So they had to furlough people for a long time and the money wasn't looking good. They wanted Brother Elijah when he graduated. But you know, the funds weren't quite there. He said, okay, well, I'll holler at y'all later on in my career, perhaps. There were companies lined up to make him offers. So he interviewed with some, and this one in particular, they interviewed with him one day, and the next day he's getting the offer letter in the email, like, okay, when can you start? So he's now based in Chicago, working for a major architecture firm as he works on getting his license, because you all know how they set up, and I can't blame them. They set up their world where you have to go through certain hoops, go through certain trainings before they give you that license and those types of things. But he's about to master that as he works on his project in architecture. So our future licensed architect, Brother Elijah, welcome to Mind and Money Matters live show. Hi, Salaam Alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know when we talked yesterday, you have several projects that you're working on at your place of employment. So I know, and anybody that knows the professional world is not a 9 to 5. It's when you get up in the morning until you finish that particular task that day. So we are appreciative of you for taking the time out of your schedule to share with us. My question I have for you, and I'm going to pass it on to Sister Shireen and Sister Sandy and Brother Rasul. Why did you choose architecture? Now, let me preface this by saying, see, I have a vested interest in that question. I thought I wanted to be an architect when I was younger, but I can't draw. I don't have them skills. So I looked into it, tried to do some little designs, like when I was 9, 10 years old. Like, well, maybe this is not the right thing. So, what was your impetus for going into architecture?
Yes, sir. Well, it definitely started with the attraction to the art and wanting to be able to draw things and do amazing things. But what really made architecture stick for me was the problem-solving element to it, where that in certain communities, in certain areas, you can have a specific problem or many complicated problems that all intertwine with each other. And architecture serves as a solution to those problems through many different forms, through many different practices and techniques. Also the collaborative effort through architecture, from working with engineers, with working with many different fields and areas to help solve these problems, since they'll always be present.
Wow. You know, the thing that stuck out of my mind, Brother Elijah, was the problem solving piece. The fact that you were drawn to architect because its ability to problem solve. So what problems have you looked at to say, these are the problems I would like to solve?
Well, one of the major ones has to deal with housing, real estate. Some of the, you see a lot of buildings and a lot of lower income communities kind of go out of service, and the building is just sitting there. It looks bad, it looks rough on the exterior, but it's actually still good. It's actually still sound and solid. It just needs a little bit of love, just a little bit of attention to make it completely useful. There's no such thing as a space that is useless as long as someone is willing to put the work behind it to make it usable. And so housing was a major impact on that. All of the homes that were broken down or damaged, just left there for years. I wanted to say, well, hey, we have all of these people that need more housing, that need more shelter, so to speak, even if it's not permanent, and we have all these buildings not being used. So why can't someone, or rather, why can't I find a solution for these problems and for these buildings so that we can get use out of them?
Excellent, excellent. And I'm always thinking of an architect working from scratch, but you're like looking at rehabilitation.
Yes, ma'am. Well, definitely a lot of, depending on the projects, you'll get projects where you have to work from scratch to come up with something new, something that someone wants to see that hasn't been done before, or see something that they find in other areas. But also you have to make sure to not forget what's already been there, because you don't want to be wasteful. The last thing we want to be is wasteful of time, energy, and resources, and the work of the people that have come before that have worked on them. So you want to try to get as much use out of all space as possible. You don't want to always demolish or to tear it down and build up new if it can still have use come out of it.
Excellent, excellent. Brother Rasul, do you want to jump right in and get a question in or two?
Definitely, definitely. I think what he's doing is excellent. And I just want to know, have you started making any connections in Chicago with the communities? Because I was just out in Chicago this past weekend, and there were a lot of properties that I saw that still needed that work that are vacant right now. Have you started making any connections?
So in my area of the community, there aren't, I don't know what side of Chicago that you've been on. I haven't been around too often. I haven't been here for that long, but I am looking forward to, there's a tour that goes on in the actual city that actually showcases some of the architecture through many of the different regions of Chicago that I want to be able to assist in or volunteer in and learn, you know, what's happening with these areas, what's, you know, who's doing what, who's it owned by, and what is the plan in the near future and the extended future. So for right now, those will be some of the first steps that I'm trying to take as far as getting involved with the community. But there definitely is a lot of potential around Chicago. There's a lot of major potential.
Wonderful. Brother Elijah, the question that I have is, you took architecture or classes dealing with architecture in college at the great Tuskegee University, which was founded by Booker T. Washington, right?
Yes, sir.
Who was a graduate of Hampton University. Yeah. I have to throw that in there somehow. So the question I have for you is, when we're in school, we get this ideological look at our profession. Then when we actually get into the profession, some things go, oh, I didn't know that. What has been that, oh, I didn't know that moment?
Well, in school, you're in charge of all of your own designs. All of your ideas are your own. You can decide what it looks like, how big it is. There's a focus on realism, but there aren't as many restrictions as there are when you get into the profession. So now being in the profession, I'm not, none of the designs are mine starting out right now. I'm working under a corporation, and I have to follow and listen to the instructions or the guidelines or help out and assist with projects that are my own. And so I think the benefit of that, though, is to understand where I am now and understand where I want to be, because I did enjoy that feeling of having my own control, having control of the projects that I wanted to do, having control of the projects and the look, how I wanted it to be built, and those factors. And so just taking advantage of the experience that I'm gaining now from all levels and seeing it from different perspectives, as far as just working on someone else's design versus working on my own, and see how I can grow and where I can go from there.
All right. And your advice to those that are coming behind you, especially among us that are interested in taking a similar route, what are some of the points or areas that you would suggest that they beef up their awareness in? Like, what classes would you suggest, or what skills more importantly, what skills would you suggest those that are interested in going into that particular area begin to work on now, so when they get to college or they get to the profession, those skills will be in development?
Yes, sir. Well, definitely with a field like this, they always emphasize, of course, the mathematics, which is very important as far as classes. Very important. They emphasize the artistic nature, that creativity. But from my perspective, the most important skill that you can have, if you're any area that you're struggling in, you can always get better. But the most important skill that you have to have is organization. Organization will be either the key to your success, or it will be what makes you fall down, because there will be times where, like you said about technology is not perfect. It will fail. It's happened many different times. Deadlines get pushed up. The hours go from 8 hours to 10 hours to 16 in a week, and teachers still expect you to perform at a certain level or present in front of a jury. Or being organized as much as possible will help you to prepare for it when those moments when you do fail, with those moments when you are struggling with something. As long as you can keep it all in line, organization will be the number one thing that helps you succeed.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, I'm thinking the last question I have for you, and I know Sister Sandy I want to come up, and then Sister Shireen may have another question, is are we able to scoop the information that you shared with us yesterday, or are you under what you call it, a gag order with
It's
that
not
project?
it's not necessarily a gag order. However, I want to bring it to a level where you can start to see and visualize
Got
what
you, got you.
exactly I'm trying to do. And right now it's
Okay,
at a level where I can really have notes everywhere, and
got
you'll see
you.
shapes and different things. But I want to bring it to a level where you can see, oh wow, I can really see this being done.
All right, all right. I'm going to give the audience a little teaser, and just stay tuned, stick around to watch Mind and Money Matters live show. Brother Elijah is working on a major project that when he unveils it, it's going to be revolutionary among us, especially those of us in the Nation of Islam. You're going to be very, 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 very happy and proud of the work that this brother is doing. Man, and I'm sure your father's watching. So Salaam Alaikum, Brother Tyrone, and your mother. And I'm sure your whole family is probably watching. But definitely, greetings of peace and paradise to them all. We can't wait when you get it to the point where you are ready to share it. Please let us know so we can be the first, if not among the first, to broadcast that. Sister Shireen, Sister Sandy, any more questions for Sister
Just to
Shireen?
let you
Talking
know
about
that S Enterprise is on.
yes, yes, I saw that. We're bringing them right
They
on up.
are on.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay,
Sister
yes,
Shireen,
sir.
you have more questions for Brother Elijah? I know yesterday you got real happy because of your character, Little Elijah, the economist, and making the comparison.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to working with the brother, seeing what he's producing. I'm looking forward to the participation, your cross communication between our next guest and Brother Rasul.
Right. Hey, are you able to stay on
So
with us, Brother Elijah? Because we want to do like a round table after we introduce our next guest.
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah. So we have them. I think one aspect of the technical difficulties was worked out. So business scientists, we have the proprietors of S Enterprises with us, the dynamic inventor. Like I said, I've known Brother Jeff since at least like 92, 93, I believe it was, 93, when I opened up my candy store on Old National, and he had a shop outside of the discount mall, and they were very big supporters of my little thriving business that I had in the mall. And I always remember, we talked about this last night, just like the other stuff behind the scenes. But Brother Jeff had a lowrider Suburban back in the day that did not have door handles on it. And it may not sound that big, but that was absolutely amazing in those days. How do you get in the car? So it was definitely a theft-proof car. So from S Enterprises, the inventors of over 18 beauty products, beauty supply products. Please welcome to Mind and Money Matters Live show, Brother Jeffrey and Sister Clara Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam, sir. How are you?
I know I must say hit that button first because when the sister said they already on, I'm like, uh-oh, we on.
Look at this. I must say this from the outset. And I know, I believe Sister Shireen is seeing this. She's loving this. You all are doing what in business, you're branding. Even on our pre-show meeting, you would not come on and say, wait a minute, we got to get dressed. We got to have the look. So this is absolutely phenomenal. So tell us about S Enterprises. What is S Enterprises, and what are some of the products that you have developed?
I'm gonna let my wife talk. You know, I got that. I turn the board. So first I want to say assalamu alaikum to my family. You know, I'm you know, I have such a humorous, you know, the nature here is so strong and to the point, but I got to get this side. So, you know, forgive me, but love y'all and thank you for having me on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We're honored to have you both.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm gonna sit back in the cut and then I'll start talking in a little bit.
I gotta tell everybody, my maiden name is actually Turner for real. So it stands for like search.
Do the talking, Annie Mae. Do the talking.
I know, I'm gonna make sure I'm rolling. I'm gonna make sure I keep it rolling.
Yes, ma'am. So you have a vast background as well, Sister Clara, in the beauty industry, right?
Yes, sir. I'm a licensed hairstylist, a barber too, and also a good tidbit. My father named me after Sister Clara Muhammad. He wanted to make sure when I was born, I was
due to Allah. Look at that.
Beautiful. That's wonderful.
Right. Absolutely.
We're S Enterprise Group Incorporated. My husband has created over 18 different hair products. Created first invention was the cord detanglers. And when you're styling hair or cutting hair, sometimes our cords become tangled, but he wanted to solve that problem. His thing is find a need, fix a need. What can I do to make things better for the world or my profession, or what can I do to help change? You know, so he creates revolutionary products to, you know, change the barber and beauty industry. We also, one of our inventions is the Barber Magic Pencil. When you see guys, like when they have that white chalk line, if you're a barber and you're not as steady, you can create a line to create your hairline or on the sides, and even when you're cutting the beard. And that way it helps you to keep your beard even on both sides. We also created the Shoddy Red wooden beard comb, which is really great for stimulating the natural oils from the scalp and the beard, keeps the beard healthy.
I have a question about that one. Sister Clara. Shoddy Red. Shoddy Red. Why y'all name it Shoddy Red?
Well, you know, let me say this right here. Born and raised in Atlanta, down south. You know, shout is definitely an Atlanta word.
I use it all the time, right? I use it all the time, right.
And then you know, light skinned person, what up, Shoddy Red? You know, so that was the street word that we used to use. So I realized when the black guy, I forgot his name, but he invented a John Deere lawnmower, and he had a color scheme which was yellow and green. So I wanted to come up with a name and something that would represent Atlanta. So I didn't have to say Atlanta. I just said Charlotte. So Charlotte to represent Atlanta, so I just said Shoddy Red Hot Pick.
Okay, all right.
That's what we came up with the products called Shoddy Red Hot Pick, and that's for you, and also it's for natural hair. My wife can go to it.
Hey, let me ask you: have the producer Shoddy Red, have his folk rolled up on you yet?
No, sir, because we Shoddy Red Hot Pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Beautiful,
the
beautiful.
Pink leading to red.
Love it.
And we also have,
go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
One of our phenomenal products too. We showed the picture of the hot pick. And this is our latest. It's the Kosher Wave hairbrush. It's the first plant-based, all natural, not made from the boar bristle. That's why our slogan is "No pig on my wig," because most hairbrushes are made from the boar, which is also known as a wild pig.
Right.
We wanted to create something that was a healthy alternative for the scalp. As you know, back in the day, dry brushing stimulates the lymph nodes, pull that dead skin cells. Same technique with the scalp. It has the ergonomical design where you can hold it. And that way, when you brush, it doesn't create a lot of stress or tension on your hands. It removes that dead top layer. So if you have issues with psoriasis, dandruff, eczema, seborrhea dermatitis, it'll pull all that off. So that way your scalp can become rejuvenated. Your natural oils can come through. A healthy scalp equals a healthy hair. And that's one thing that we like to do. We like to create products that are create healthy hair. Beautiful. I love it. So what's the website? How do we get our products from you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. They can check us out. Our website is www.ShawtyRedInc. That's ShawtyRedInc.com. And that's www.ShawtyRedInc.com.
Now, what
let me make sure I have the spelling right.
ShawtyRedInc. Yes, ma'am.
INC.
Yes, ma'am.
I is incorporated.
Yes, incorporated. And we were also able to bless Minister Farrakhan with a brush as well, and his barber with a brush as well. It's been doing very well. We launched it in 2018. And it's been taken off. Wow. We're interested in wholesaling. We do have availability for wholesalers for the hot pick as well as the brush. It's doing very well in a lot of communities. We want to be able to capture all different communities and bring a healthier alternative as well. So it's doing very well.
Wonderful. You know,
with this hot pick, what does it do?
And actually, what it does is it helps to. We have a conditioning spray. We work with a Black chemist to help create a product. It's actually a conditioning spray. It doesn't straighten the beard or straighten the hair, but what it does is it stretches it. You use that in conjunction with the conditioning spray, which softens that cuticle, softens the beard. That way it'll just pull right through. It pulls it out. Like for the beard, it'll pull out the beard, helps to prevent tangles, ingrown hair, give it that full, kind of like Rick Ross, that nice groomed look. So if you're a brother that has a beard, but you're in a professional atmosphere, you want to have a clean look, that the Shawty Red Hot Pick is a great tool to use. Even for women, let's say you want to wear your afro, but you're blow dry challenged or hair dryer challenged. Just shampoo your hair, let your hair dry, use a conditioning spray, and use the hot pick to stretch out your hair. Let's say for little girls, you have a little girl and she cannot stand to have her hair blow dry. After you shampoo her hair conditioner, twist her up, sit her up under the dryer. Once you take her out, use the hot pick to pull it through. It does not burn the skin or the scalp. The metal prongs are in between safe plastic. There's like a hard plastic, but it does not melt. It does not overheat. It's very safe. It has a heat control dial, so anybody can use it. So it's good for all ethnicities. So it's for braiding, like a pre-braiding tool. Like if you want to twist out your hair, but you don't want to do the shrinkage, because shrinkage is real. But it's a great tool. It's multi-purpose.
Excellent, beautiful. And so you also have the Kosher Wave pomade.
Yes, ma'am. We have the pomade. We also have a hair lotion. I don't know if you can see. I don't have a bottle with us right here, but behind us we have the hair lotion. Can also be used on your skin as well as your scalp. We wanted to create a healthier alternative than a wave pomades. Sorry, something on the phone. I apologize. But we wanted the hair lotion is like for people with fine to medium coarse hair that don't really care for the heavy waxy pomades. And even the pomade that we have is not a build-up product. It does penetrate the scalp, helps to alleviate a lot of issues as well. If you have dandruff, psoriasis, it does helps to alleviate that. You can't cure dandruff, but you can alleviate it and get it under control.
Excellent, excellent. And how long you been in the hair care business? For those who want to know if you got your doctorate degree.
Yeah,
how much do they really know about hair care? How long have you been doing it?
For almost 20 years, but Jeffrey's been in the industry since 1989.
You have the stamp of approval.
Oh yes, yes. He's been in the business since 1989 as a barber and doing shows and traveling. Sorry, we had this little pop-up is saying that something's overheating. But he's been in the industry since 1989. So yeah, he's been a barber and cut some of everybody. He really loves what he do, and that's why he created the products. He's not just a barber, but he's also a product developer. He's an inventor, very genius mind. He's always thinking of what's the next thing that's, he doesn't believe in trends. He wants to create lifelong products that's going to be here forever. Right. I'm a life. I've been doing hair on and off for almost 20 years. My part is the admin and educational part. So I want to go and get my instructor's license and then go into trichology. So I really love hair. We're both passionate about the field.
Right. You definitely have a great skill.
Okay, so our brother Rasul got his hand raised, Brother Jahi.
Okay, come on in, Rasul. You take him off of mute. There you go.
Yes. Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. I just want to say, for one, I love their product. I do have a brush myself, so I went ahead and got one of those. But I have a question for you. Now, what were your challenges with your patents? And also, I would like to know how did you guys move forward with getting those relationships or building those relationships overseas in Asia to mass produce those products?
Good
question. I say the challenges. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just said great question.
Yeah, very great question. Because I think our challenges when it came to with the patents and everything, his first invention was the cord detangler. And sometimes, we get excited and we thought we were going the right way, but it ended up being, we started getting the patent process, but ended up had some challenges with the wrong type of lawyers, the wrong type of people. And so you have to make sure I would tell people do their homework thoroughly. If it's something you don't know, make sure you ask, because now everything is patent, everything is trademark now. So, we've done our homework now. And we make sure we got the right team and right people in place to help us. And that's something that's truly important, especially I would say I'm answering that part as far as like your patents, making sure that I would tell people go to the USPTO.gov. It's a United States Trade Patent Office. They have their own website. Do your homework. Be careful of people that'll send you stuff and they'll say that they're from the trademark and patent office, and sometimes they're not. So always want to make sure your home don't get overexcited. Just take things slow, plan, and it doesn't hurt to check yourself 2 or 3 times, because it is a very lengthy process. Yes. And it's expensive too.
Thank you for that. Sister Shireen is our resident expert on patents and trademarks, and she shared some information with me just recently, like a couple of weeks ago. That site that you just mentioned, Sister Clara, and but in looking up trademarks and patents, I came across another site, and it's one of those companies that you're talking about. You got to be aware of the way they wrote it up and made it sound like you can get a patent for $99 or for $99.
And that's not true at all.
We know that's not true. You have to read the fine print. You will not get a patent for $99. So don't try to take the cheap route. You will go to the U.S. Patent and Trademark. What is it, Sister Shireen? U.S. Patent.
USPTO.org.
PTO, right, .org, right, USPTO.org.
Might be .gov, I think, I'm sorry.
.gov.
Yes.
.gov, right. And they have a plethora of information on there for you to study. Now, in the marketing of your product, once you got those trademarks and copyrights and patents, how are you marketing your products?
One thing we've taken advantage of the social media.
Okay.
That's always the first thing. You know, you deal with anything that's free, just take advantage of it, and do a lot of posting and a lot of images and a lot of pictures. You just post them up. You just kind of keep it up and just, you know, almost kind of, you know, just have it where there's so much going on. It's almost making people sick and tired of seeing it, but it works because it lets you know, it lets people know, man, they posting up again, but you want people to know the product. So eventually when they come across it in hand, then they'll like to be able to see what it's all about. So we definitely take advantage of social media. We do all the hair shows. We travel all around the United States from Los Angeles to Miami, New York, to Texas. We do all of the hair shows. So this weekend we'll be at the Brother hair show. This week, so they here this weekend, and
that's in Atlanta.
1440.
Yeah. Okay, that's your booth number.
The booth is 1440, and see us and support. And anything else you'd like to know, we're going to be doing live action cuts and demonstrating everything that you like to see what we're about.
Fantastic.
The overseas question.
Oh yes, please.
About developing relationships with the manufacturers.
Okay, I'm glad Ross you asked that question because I know he's a traveling man as well and have connections overseas, which is always good because we have to bring everything together. I have developed a relationship with a couple of companies, and I do the designing and do all of the putting the design and the ingredients together. Then I venture out to foreign countries to see who can create the product itself. So I go to the website, which is called Abu.com, and yes,
Alibaba.
I'm sorry, Alibaba.
Alibaba. Alibaba is the Amazon of China.
Right, and so once you join with them, which is free, and you can make a connection with anyone in the company overseas, and you develop a relationship with them, and try to get whatever problem you have, and get them to manufacture for you.
Oh wow, that's
nice.
That's good info right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great info. You know, I
think I'm the pioneer of trials and mistakes. So believe me, when I'm doing workshop, me and my wife are always telling people what route to go. And man, I paid a heavy price, but I feel like the Christ.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad that I am in.
That is the that's the mark of a scientist, you know, Brother Jeff. That's the mark of a scientist. So you, as the Honorable Farrakhan teaches us, you don't fail, you just learn ways not to do something.
Right. Yes, sir.
That's true. That's true. Because like he's more with the, like, even though we're both in the hair industry, I'm always thinking the same way, or I look at regular world, you know, regular things like, oh, I can probably create something like this. I wonder if this been done, or, you know, or wonder if I can make this a little better, you know. And I always try to encourage people to find out their gifts and talents. That way, whatever you're doing working wild, you can use that, you know, to build yourself, to create your own, you know.
All right, I like that. I like that. Real quick, to your point too, Brother Jeffrey, about the posting so much that people get tired of seeing it. And that is the key to marketing. You know, we came across some marketing information some years back that said that there has to be 5 to 8 impressions upon us before we even think about that particular product or service. 5 to 8 impressions before we think about it. So yes, Sister Shireen used the example all the time. Trying to play off, somewhat playing off of the passage about wherever 2 or 3 are gathered, there's a Coca-Cola advertisement there. So you're gonna see Coca-Cola. You're gonna see McDonald's. That's why they are multi-billion-dollar brands, because they don't get mad because somebody say, oh, we seeing y'all advertise too much. They don't care. They're gonna keep advertising. They're gonna keep marketing, making sure that product is seen by people. Definitely. Brother Elijah, any questions for our other guests? And also, what is your contact information So if there's somebody that's listening that's been thinking about going into architecture, been thinking about going to Tuskegee, or one of the other skills that I found out from Brother Elijah is that the students at Tuskegee put together their own job fair. So and he served on that committee. So for those, if you're in school and you're wondering how to do that, Brother Elijah is a good resource for you. So how can one contact you?
Yes, sir. Well, the best way to contact me would be my email address. Do you want me to send the link or just say it out loud?
You can say it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. E Jefferson, Jefferson 1881 at gmail.com. That's my main email address that I use now. It's the quickest way for me to respond to emails, to get back any questions at all, whether it be about school, architecture school, some of the things that I've done in architecture school, anything like that. I'll be more than happy to help out.
Fantastic. 5-year goal, Brother Elijah?
5-year goal. In 5 years, I plan to be licensed. I want to be fully licensed in Chicago, hopefully working on my license again in either Florida or South Carolina. I'm not sure which state I want to go for yet. I do have more plans to potentially move back down south to be in Atlanta, closer to my family, to practice and to do things like that. And I know you didn't ask, but a 10-year goal, I'm trying to have my own architecture firm.
That's right. All right.
Practice some of my own, practice some of my own projects. So I'm trying to soak in and learn as much as I can possibly now so that I can make that a reality.
Fantastic. You know, there is a legendary Black architecture firm here in Atlanta. Brother Rasul, are you familiar with them? I think it's Turner and Turner, I believe. Is that the name of it, Elijah? You've seen them?
I cannot remember the name, but I do know the company. I'm familiar with the company. I just can't remember the name right now. I believe
it's a husband. It's a husband and wife. A husband and wife architecture firm that's been around for about 40 years now. They've done a lot. They've done a lot of work in this area and across the country.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
And Brother Jahi, I think I'm about to go ahead and get off this call, get to my next meeting.
Sir.
But I do want to share.
Share your contact information before you leave.
Yes, my contact information is Rasul at globalapprenticeship.org. That's Rasul, RASOOL, at globalapprenticeship.org. And that's GLOBALAPPRENTICESHIP.org. And we do have a website that you can check out. And I also sent you a link to your email, Brother Jahi, with the actual flyer for the event that's coming up. If you can share that. And of course, next week we can discuss the solar farms that we're planning on getting all over into the Black community, into these Black farmers' land. So we can discuss that next time.
All praise is due to Allah. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. Sister Shireen, Sister Sandy, questions for our guest, Brother Elijah?
I wanted to put the link up with, what's the address for that?
Ma'am?
What's the web address, Brother Russell?
Oh, yes. That's globalapprenticeship.org. GLOBALAPPRENTICESHIP.org.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for being on, Brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, family. Thank you for having me.
Alaikum salam. I actually do have a question for for the couple that's on the line now, Brother Jeffrey and your wife. I think it is phenomenal what you two are doing, coming together with brilliant minds and creating the products. As I was listening to you here, one of the questions that came up, and a lot of times we don't understand why it's important for us to shop our products and get the best quality, the best price, and what have you. So I'd like to ask you, of your products, which of your products are being manufactured in the United States and which of your products are being manufactured outside of the United States? And why did you choose like you chose to manufacture your products?
Good question, sister. Believe me, I wanted to be able to manufacture everything here in America. If you can realize that most everything products, most everything are made is outsourced out of the country. And that is the way of the world, you know, and we kind of hate that. But it, you know, products and parts and things to make things come together are cheaper out of the country. So I did be able to research the resource in America, and it was kind of expensive. So I went on their website, Alabama. But when I went on there, and I got directly to where I wanted to get to, and they made a sample of my product the way I designed it, and they created it, and they sent it to me, and we went from there, and I did my little wheeling and dealing, and got it with the numbers, and created a lot of products overseas, and you know, so that's where we're at overseas. And we have a product which I'm gonna take out the box because it comes with the hot pit, and it comes with a product called the a product that we have here made in America from a Black chemist. And
here it is.
okay, and this product right here is the Chardonnay conditioner spray from a Black chemist. And I'm gonna let my wife do a little talking of that, you know.
Sister Clara, hold it up to the camera a little longer. We got to get our zoom in. There we go. Okay, so that's hair in braid. Oh, what does it say? What's the finishing on the line? Hair in braid. Hair in braid is a lotion.
It's a spray.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Wonderful. Shoddy red. I like that. Yes, thank you. Yes.
And our chemist, he's in North Carolina. Excellent. Yeah, he's
Share
excellent.
with us a little bit about that, Sister Clara, on how you all came up with choosing, because when you choose someone to manufacture your product, you are putting all of your trust in them because your reputation is at stake. So how is it, you know, I'll just say this. I find it difficult to communicate with sometimes people out of the country because of the logistics of the language, you know. So I find it phenomenal that you've been able to really create a product to your satisfaction with someone and you're very pleased. So how is it that you chose which products to keep in the country, which products to take outside of the country, and to find someone so phenomenal to do your lotion inside the country?
I will say this. I'm answering that question there. I'm real hard, and I have to go in dealing with our people, and I want to do business with our people first. Sometimes we're not in position to be able to create certain things, and I'll go that then. But I am going to find out first from our people. And when I came up with the Black chemist, being at the Brother House show, that I met him there. And a lot of people network. You know, sometimes you don't just come for the fashion part of it. Come to network, or you'll be amazed who you're going to meet and who create a lot of products. So a friend of mine, Terry, in North Carolina, and that we got together. He came to me and he said, "I like your products," and he said, "We can do some business together," which he already knew what I probably want to do. You know, sometimes it's about networking. So he have the peanut butter, I have the chocolate, we put it together and make it work. So I gave him the ingredients, told him everything that I wanted in this Chardonnay conditioner spray, because the conditioner spray is untangled. So allow you to use the hardwood comb. That's the Chardonnay hardwood comb. And it's made from the ox. Sandalwood ox. And the reason why this comb is different, because plastic comb it pulls and it brings static electricity.
Which causes split ends.
Causes split ends.
And the natural wood stimulates like a massage. So with the conditioning spray, we always, like you said, even our ingredients that we listed, we wanted it all, they all have a purpose together. We wanted to, and my word is beard drift, like beard dandruff. And, you know, a lot of guys get that, the skin is just, you know, like a lot of people don't understand, a lot of these beard balms and beard oils, it's only a few oils that penetrate the hair shaft that actually strengthens the hair, and that can reach the skin. Anything else is sitting on the hair shaft. My thing is, if you put it on your hand, it sits on your skin, it's sitting on your hair. So one thing with the conditioning spray is going to penetrate, it's going to alleviate that beard dandruff, keep it healthy, and it helps it to grow the hair as well. But he's a very good negotiator, very good about researching. I mean, he is like the Google king. He was like, babe, can you look? I'm like, he's like,
I love it.
I know my lane, and I stay in my lane, but he is the king of, he's the king, not the king with the I, he's the king with the A. He's the king of research. We got to say it the Southern way. He's the king of research.
And you know,
I love it.
I mean, he was found the first ant that ever invaded the earth. Wow. And he does like find the best deal. Like he said, he's very, you know, love to support our own. We would love to have our own, you know, at least find a manufacturing company we could work with here, but it is cheaper. Like even our kosher wave brush, it's handmade. So it is, yeah, even the wood, everything is handmade. But it was just a better resource for us to go out of the country. And once you build it.
Yes, ma'am. And sometimes it's like that. You know, thank you so much for bringing clarity. I didn't mean to cut you off. I would like for you to continue your statement. But, and you know, sometimes we do have to understand that. We do our best to support our own. However, the Minister Farrakhan even tells us, you know, this is why we've got to build businesses. When you see your brother or your sister has a service, and that you all are basically telling us we need somebody in the States. We want to do this. So this is a business opportunity for someone who's in our listening audience to say, okay, hey, just like you and the brother networked and came up with this beautiful beard spray oil, it's the same thing. When we hear I'm just going to say it like this. There is no one that can make an excuse of not having money, good homes, friendships, in all walks of life in this moment in time.
And that's true.
So many opportunities. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's what I was sharing even with my husband. I said, you have like some people like, well, I feel like, you know, I don't know how to do this. I said, you know what? If you own your job, you want to own your own, whatever it is you want to own, find a job in that area. Go learn the job, you know, pick people's brains while you're there working. You know what I'm saying? And take the information that they're, you know, when you're there, and come back and bring it to us so we can do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's good for us to be able to network with other people, other races, other walks of life, and you build that friendship, you build that relationship, and you never know. And say, I might be like, you know, it's Sandy, I'm gonna let you talk to the people we work, and you know, it could be meant for both of y'all to come together. And then from there, because your heart's desire is to have a manufacturing company here, you know, and next thing you know, we've sown the seed into you. You've now gotten to what you need, and now you can birth it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
you can't
absolutely.
with other people. We can't be afraid to, I can't talk to this. Network, learn what you need to learn and bring it back to us, you know, so we can create our own again, you know. And if those that are ready, let's do it. Those that's, you know, penny in, well, let them continue to penny in, and eventually they'll see that it's doable. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So we have to be open to, you know, network, because even our product, the hot pick, we have a guy up in Jasper, you know, Mountain Man. Everybody loves it up there, you know, but he's reaching audience that we wouldn't reach.
Right,
but, you know,
right.
Our product is universal. It's not just a Black product. It's not. It's an everybody product, and that's what Jeff likes to do. He likes to break barriers, you know, and make revolutionary products to change the world and change people's mindsets. So
fantastic.
Now, I would like to just jump in really quick before we end and see if Brother Elijah has any questions as he's up and coming. And one of the things that he mentioned in his very first statement, he mentioned about wanting to make a difference in the condition of things and looking for problems and wanting to be a problem solver. So I can see the connection between the two, one a little more seasoned than the other. So I'm just wondering, Brother Elijah, do you have any questions for your brother and sister who have been in this game for a minute and you're walking into it?
Yes, ma'am. Well, do you mind if I kind of add to some of the statements that they were saying, because that was just such
Absolutely,
wisdom,
absolutely, whichever, yes, sir.
that they were speaking as far as to people around my age, around my peer group. That networking is very important, and the only way that you're ever going to learn some of those skills, some of the networking that they're talking about, is that you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be the easiest process. It's not going to always be the most successful process, but to get outside of your comfort zone, to open yourself up to new possibilities, to new experiences, to sometimes be faced with great success or great failure. Those are all keys in trying to get to where they are today. That road is not just all straight success. There's been trial and error, probably more than anyone can count that's on the call right now to get to where they are today. You're talking about 30 years of success, creativity. There's a lot that comes behind that. So getting uncomfortable, being able to push forward, being able to get into those situations and absolutely learn that information to bring it back to us. That way, the narrative goes from, well, we need to bring someone else in to do this who needs to learn it, to, okay, no, brother so-and-so or sister so-and-so knows how to do this. So, you can learn from under them. And by you taking the initiative to learn those skills and to learn those trades, you now become that person that the people behind you can rely on. In architecture around my family, there was no one that was in that field. I wanted to learn it. So I went through many trials, many errors, and now I could say successfully now that, unlicensed, but I'm in the field of architecture. So now when I gave out my contact information, anyone can ask me those questions. How did you do this? How did you do that? Because I now have those answers. Or if I don't have them, I can find them as I continue on in my journey. So
Man, how old are you?
22. I'm 22.
He sounds like a 42-year-old. Thank you for that.
With that knowledge that young brother has,
yes,
man, he's in the game. He's already in the game.
That's
just
right.
with that knowledge. Most of us, when we have a little age, we always say, man, if I was 20 years backwards, man, I don't know what. But when the brother, with the knowledge that he have there,
yes.
Oh, he was on point.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic.
I wanted to piggyback on what you're saying, like even for the wisdom, I would say encourage everybody to read, like educate yourself.
Leaders are readers. Yes. Leaders are readers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to, the phone we're having is, I can't turn it off right now. I'm sorry.
Excellent. Well, any one of us like to close out? I had wanted to bring Sister Sandy in a little earlier on the conversation about advertising and having and really erasing, counseling. I said that like a New Yorker. Canceling. Canceling those thoughts and ideas and energies associated with I'm nagging you, I'm getting on your nerves. Like I was trying to think in my mind, like, where does that come from? And I know, like, many of us are raised under circumstances where our parents are just so spent and so much under pressure that they don't give us the time to ask questions and things like that. So we're kind of like have these penetrating thoughts and ideas that we're nagging people or we're getting on their nerves. So I wanted to bring you in, Sister Sandy, to give us something that can help to eradicate that feeling of I'm nagging when I'm advertising, when I'm informing, when I'm letting you know that I have agrichild.com. Go visit agrichild.com. I want you to know that it exists. Whenever you see me, I want you to see little Elijah. I want to have the cap on, the t-shirt, right? I want you to know that you are the seed of greatness, and from you comes everything, and you have the power to produce from your hands. So help us out, Sister Sandy. Let's get rid of that. Let's cancel that from wherever. The point of, let's just get rid of it. Go ahead.
Well, thank you so much, Sister Shireen, because I got a little kind of like a twitch when I hear certain things, and as appropriate, I'll step in and say a little something. Well, the first thing that I definitely want to say is that I've been getting text messages up the wazoo about the guests on the show tonight. Everybody is enjoying the show tonight. They're enjoying the participants that we have on the show tonight. They are, I'm going to say this, they're especially enjoying the young men that are on the show tonight. I don't know what this is, what energy y'all bringing tonight, but I'm getting all these texts talking about, so my goodness, the young men are really, so I just wanted to give a shout out to our listener audience. We hear y'all. Yes. These are our brothers. We have a courtship protocol, for those who are not married. And if you are interested, you have to go through our courtship protocol. All right, now.
All right.
and Brother Jeffrey and Sister Clara are very much in love, so they ain't talking about y'all. But we do respect and love the both of you and the union that you have brought to let us, the young folks, know this is how you do it. All right, you grow old together, in business together. That's how we do it. Yes. So to just address the that point of view about nagging, I think it is, I don't usually hear this from other races of people, because they don't mind nagging you, or they don't mind being in your face 24 hours a day. They don't mind you saying that you're sick of them. They don't mind that. However, it's something in people of color that have gone through so much. We have the point of view that it's best being seen but not heard, or it's best being not being so proud of yourself, because then you become showboating. Well, the most successful people in any industry are in your face all the time. So we have to get used to repeating ourselves, because we can be a little forgetful. You can say some things to one of us and we will swear up and down, you didn't tell me about it. How many of us done heard that? That's Lord knows I have. Why? Listen, here it is. Why you didn't tell me? I would have supported you. Why you didn't tell me? I would have purchased. No, we told you. We told mama. We told daddy and cousin and sister. We was telling everybody. That is how the message gets out to the public. And I love what Sister Clara and Brother Jeffrey has said about, we are proud of our products. When you see us, this is what you see. When we talk to people, we are in your face. And it's a point of view about nagging. That's just really a point of view that we are nagging. I'd like to uncreate and destroy that whole thought, that whole demeanor, that whatever is tied up into that, destroy that and uncreate and send it back to where it came from, never to return again, because all of them archers out there, the yellow archers, the BKs, the CBSs, you see them on every corner. The stores that offer alcoholic beverages, they lobby to make sure that they are in your face on Sunday too, the one day that's supposed to be sacred holiday. They didn't care. And guess what? The people patronize them. So whatever comes up in us that says we are talking too much, we are in people's faces, this is who we are. And we have to learn how to accept each other for who we are and respect each other for who we are, and allow us to be successful and prosperous, and high five each other. If I saw Brother Elijah 15 times a day where he's on Facebook or social media, or Sister Clara and Brother Jeff, and I just keep saying, that means they are doing something for self. We have to be proud of each other. We have to support each other and just keep it moving. And if you got a problem with that, it's okay. That means you're not doing what I'm doing, which might mean you might need to be doing what I'm doing if you want to get somewhere. So okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox about that, Sister Shireen. I hope I've dealt through that enough so that we understand that it's okay to be considered or be called something other than. Look at the person who's saying about you. If they are successful in everything they do, you might want to give a listening ear. If they are not successful in everything that they do, then that tells you something about them. So that's all I got to say about that.
And let the church say amen.
Amen. So I just would say, you know, at this point, since you've heard all of that, are you willing? Those who are listening, those who will listen in any time, are you willing to disregard, or better yet, are you willing to place your focus on your primary intention? And your primary intention is to get the word out, and get the word out every day, all day. So as often as you possibly can, press record, play, record and replay, rewind, replay, rewind, replay. As long as you are willing to do that, it's going to happen. And we will no longer have that whole idea of I'm nagging. It's not nagging. We're shifting that. We are informing. We are exposing. We are allowing opportunities to experience and explore, to take advantage of what you have created. So we look forward to our next show. Brother Jahi, you could close us out.
When I was a young man, I wanted to change the world. I found it difficult to change the world, so I tried to change my nation. I realized it was too difficult to change the nation, so I began to focus on my town. Now, as an old man, I realize the only thing I can change is
Myself.
Suddenly, I realized that if long ago, had I changed myself, I could have made an impact on my family. My family and I could have impacted the town could have impacted the nation, and I indeed could have changed the world. Whatever it is that we're looking to change on the outside, we start with ourselves first. So you have an idea, you have that penetrating thought that's been gnawing at you for years. Now it's time to bring it into fruition, to concretize that vision, as we learned from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. If you need help doing that, give us a call, 404-438-3156. That's the office number for Master the Science of Business Entities, LLC. Give us a call. We'll schedule an appointment to help you concretize that vision. Thank you all so much for your listening, for commenting, for sharing, for subscribing to the YouTube channel so that we can get this information out even more about these bodacious and excellent business owners and just dynamic people that we have in our midst. We want to thank Brother Rasul Muhammad of Global Apprenticeship, our special guest co-host this month from the Ministry of Science and Technology in Atlanta. We want to thank Brother Jeffrey and Sister Clara Muhammad of S Enterprises, located here in Atlanta, in the Atlanta metropolitan area. And of course, our young architect, Brother Elijah Jefferson Muhammad, who is definitely painting a vision for all of us for the future. Thank you all so much, and definitely tune back in, inshallah, next Monday, same time, same channel. Spread the word. If you have an idea for a show, something that you would like for Mind and Money Matters live show to broadcast, please email us at mindmoneyshow, MINDMONEYSHOW @gmail.com with your name and contact information and a gist of the show that you would like to see us do. If you have a guest in mind that you would like to see on Mind and Money Matters live show, please send us that information as well. We thank you all so much, and we look forward to engaging with you.
And where you going to be at next, Brother Jahi?
Oh, yes. This Thursday, I will be doing a presentation, and you can tune in. How do we do this? Because I do it on the Zoom platform. I do it on our Zoom. Do I do it on this? There's another number. I don't have that number, Sister Sandy.
You know what though? You
What's
always
the
broadcast.
advisor?
You always broadcast live on My Money Show. So all they
It's
got
always
to
right.
they can
Okay,
go. They
yes.
can go to the Facebook. They can go to the Facebook page and
Right,
tune
right,
in.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, My Money Show on Facebook. Thursday at 1:00 p.m. Thursday, 1:00 p.m. on My Money Show Facebook page. And we're doing a part 2 of our communication skills workshop. So we'll be looking at you. What's your behavioral style? How do you like others to treat you? That's what we'll be dealing with on Thursday. I keep saying Monday, on Thursday. Thursday, 1:00.
Because
All
this
right.
one is Monday. All right. All right.
Thank you. Walaikum salam.
Oh, I forgot one thing. Real quick. Are we still on? I
My
forgot.
finger was on the button to
I
click.
know. We must give I must give a shout out, congratulations to our good personal friend, as well as friends
Chica
of
Akua
Master of Science
and
and
his
Business.
beautiful wife.
Chica and Willette Akua of Imani Enterprises. 25 years.
Yes.
They celebrated their 25th year wedding anniversary by doing a rededication. They married each other all over again, so that's a good sign. Instead of saying after 25 years, I think I'm gonna become a free agent. They chose each other again. It was absolutely a beautiful ceremony. So I want to give them a shout out of congratulations, and for being that example of Black love, Black excellence. They're in business together. They like each other. In addition to being married, they actually like each other. So it's beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. All right, that's it for me.
All right.
Salaam alaikum,
Oh,
family.
one other thing. No, I was doing my Colombo. Let me ask you one more question. No, I'm out. I gotta get to FOI class. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, everyone.